Good day. Today we're going to look at getting online with new Symetrix hardware. So in my demo rig, I have one Radius NX 12x8, one XLR XIO XLR 2x2 expander that's over Dante. I have a T5 touchscreen, I have a T7 touchscreen, and I have a W3 remote. And then on the network side, we'll go to network and network internet settings and scroll down to change adapter options. I have two network adapters plugged into my computer. One USB network adapter actually has a hub and the other one's plugged into it for use of one port on the computer. The one that's labeled Acer USB hub, if I double click on it and then double click on properties and double click on number 4, you'll see that I have already set it to the static IP address scheme I would like to adjust all of my devices to, 192.168.1, and I've chosen 99 for my computer, 255, 255, 255.0. Hit OK, cancel back out of that, close that, and then on the J5 adapter, if I double click it, double click properties, double click 4, and you'll see it's on obtain IP address automatically. I do not have a DHCP server on this network, so they have all conformed to the link local status. So they are at 169.254.x.x. So those are my two ones right now. This one on dynamic and this one on static. We'll close that, close that. And so now we are going to locate hardware with software and change them to the static IP addresses. So I've already got my radius set at 192.168.1.102. I want my T5 to be unit properties, right-clicked, unit properties, and I'm going to set it to 192.168.001.111. And I'm going to hit OK. I'm going to take this one, right click, unit properties, 192.168.001.112. And then I'm going to set this one to 113. 192.168.001.113. And I could change the name here instead of W3 remote, hallway, just so I know what it is, and you'll see that labeled right there. So when you have several of the same remotes, you can label them and you know where they are. So now we're going to locate these devices and match our software to the hardware. So I can come down here and I can click locate on this just one device, or I can go up to locate hardware here, but I'm going to go just this one device and I'm going to click on it and it's going to say no hardware, because I am searching in the 192.168.1.99 network, and it's not on that because out of the box it is DHCP. So I'm going to change to my wired network card that is on the DHCP. As you can see with linked local, it went to 169.254.7.104. Yours would be 169.254.x.x. And I'm going to select that card. And we'll try it one more time because it didn't want to select. Why, I don't know. There it went. And you can see that it immediately found a radius, and it is sitting at 169.254.98 dot something. I could expand that out, I guess, 235. And I am going, if I click right here and say locate the selected unit, it will change my IP address scheme here to match the IP of the unit, which would be great if I wanted to leave everything on link local and it would just automatically sync to it. It'd be no big deal. But I actually want to get everything on a static address. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight the device and go to properties. And now I'm talking to the device, and I'm going to go into the device itself and set the parameters to be what I want them to be. And I'm not going to worry about a gateway at this moment. So now the device will change to 192.168. Oh, it disappeared because I'm looking on the other network. So I'm going to change my network back to my static network card. And now it's located it. It even checkmarked it because the IP address now matches. It matches there. I'm actually done. I can just close that. So let's go repeat this process with the T5. So I'm going to right click. I'm going to hit unit properties. Whoop, that's not what I wanted to do. I'm going to hit locate hardware. And you'll see it doesn't have it. So I'm going to go down here to the J5, select that, and it found it. Go here, properties, and get me a static address 192.168.001.112.55255.255.255.0 and hit OK. And I'm going to close this real quick. We'll come back to it when we get all of them at one time. We're going to go ahead and click this, hit properties, change this one, 192.168.001.112.255.255.255.0 and hit OK. And once the spinning wheel goes, we'll hit close and we will do this again. W3, properties, 192.168.001.113.255.255.255.0 and hit OK. And once it finishes spinning, we'll close. And now you'll see that these are starting to automatically connect because I have a match between the IP address and my other network card. This one hasn't connected yet. We'll see if it would refresh, but we could go here and click network, switch networks to search, go here to wired, and it did find it. And you can see that the W3 is already located as well. Now that we have located our hardware in our radius, we can locate our XIO XLR 2x2. And the reason we had to wait till we located the DSP is because all Dante devices are proxied through the DSP. So we will now go locate it, and it sees it because it is locating it through this DSP device. You can see in the drop-down menu, I only have one, and so it's locating it. I can click on here, and we don't need to worry about IP address because it's set in the static or in the Dante world. I'm going to select hardware unit, and there we go. We have everything located. First thing it's going to do is going to say, hey, do you want me to change the name from this to this and transmit channels to this and this? And I just say yes. And so now the radius is managing all the subscriptions for the XIO XLR 2x2, and we don't have to go into Dante controller to have that. So we could open up our radius and we could go to our toolkit and we can go to network IO modules and receive modules, and you'll actually see that there's our receive module already there. So that's for connecting to new hardware out of the box and setting them to a static IP address and locating the hardware so we can now take this file and push it into the hardware itself. So I can hit go online and push. I like to leave all of these unchecked unless I need them. A site identifier. If I have more than one DSP on my network, I will set that, and then I'll hit OK. And this site file will push to, it's saying, hey, where do you want me to save this site file? And it saves it on, because I have never saved this file, saved it on my hard drive. It's pushing it through to all of the devices. And once this is complete, it will ramp up the audio. I can see my T5s and T7s clearing at the moment from the previous file that was in them. And it's ramping up. We're now online with our hardware, and we are live controlling all of these devices.